And welcome back to another Microsoft Flight Simulator video, everybody. Today we have another international route. We are going to be American Airlines Flight 73 with service out of LAX and over to Sydney, Australia. We have a airtime today of 14 hours and 11 minutes with a block of 14 hours and 39 minutes. Our initial altitude is going to be 30,000 feet. And we are taking 345 passengers over to Sydney. We have an expected departure time of 11:40 p.m. So hopefully we are on time. The local time right now is going to be 10:58 p.m. Los Angeles time, and we are almost done here. There's not much that needs to be done when it comes to getting the 777 set up and ready to go. So let's hop in the cockpit and finish getting this stuff together so we can get on out of here. Alright, so we are here in the cockpit, everybody, and let's just configure the rest of this stuff here. So we have the flight plan entered, and all of that stuff is ready to go. The departure, the arrival, and everything looks good with the flight plan. We have the MCP set, runway heading, indicated airspeed, initial altitude. So we can come up here and we can configure everything else. We are on the APU, so we don't need any more external power. Let's just configure the hydraulic panel. So left and right goes auto, U and U go auto, and then the top two switches goes on. Fuel pumps can come on at this time. That's good to go. Seatbelt signs are on. Let's give a off and on there. And beacon is going to be coming on here shortly. Other than that, the overhead panel is good to go. Let's just refer to our checklist. So we can skip the pre-flight. We can go to the cockpit preparation checklist. So window heat's on, hydraulic pumps are good to go, no smoking signs are on, seatbelt signs are on, EEC modes are good, engine start switches are in the norm, auto switch is on, all fuel pumps are on, no anti-ice on the way out, equipment cooling auto, gas press switch on, circulated fans are on, flight deck temperatures are going to be as required. Pack control switches are in the auto position. Engine and APU bleed is on. Pressurization is set to auto, and that is good there. We do have the ATIS, and the FMC is set and ready to go. MCP is set and ready to go. Flight directors are on. Auto throttle is armed, and LNAV and VNAV is armed as well. Flight instruments are good to go. Auto brake is set to the RTO, and common radio panel is set. Transponder TCAS set. Now that we have the hydraulics on, we can set our trim, which is going to be 6.5. So we're going to set 6.5 in the trim. So we got about 6.5 set on the trim, so that is good, and we are complete with the takeoff briefing. So we are pre-flight checklist and cockpit preparation checklist complete. That will lead us to the before start checklist. We need to check on the flight attendants back there. We do have a lot of people back there, so we got to make sure everything is good to go, and we should be good to push on out of here. Local time is going to be 11:02 p.m.
Welcome aboard American Airlines. Please place your carry-on items in an overhead compartment or under the seat in front of you. Small lightweight items may be placed in the seat pocket. If you need assistance, please let us know.
Alright, so we are now good to go here. Let's give another call there, and let's just get these doors closed on the outside. Ground ops, we can remove the chocks, and let's go door management, release all the vehicles. We can close doors and arm the doors. So close all, arm all. And the doors are good. So at this time, we are going to get the tug connected to us. Once the tug is connected to us, we're going to get pushed back and once we are completely pushed back, we are going to get the engine started. So I will see you guys just before engine start. Alright guys, we are now ready for our engine start procedures here. So before start checklist, doors are good, ground equipment has been disconnected, the hydraulic pumps are where we need them, and the fuel pumps are on, passenger signs on, beacon is on, and we are good on the recall. So now that leads us to the engine start checklist. I am now going to go through the engine start procedures, and that should get both of the engines started here. So let's get the engine started so we can get on out of here.
Welcome aboard American Airlines Flight 20. We ask that you please direct your attention to the monitors located throughout the cabin for a brief safety message about aircraft. Your attention, please.
Welcome to your American Airlines flight.
On its way to one of more than 350 destinations.
In countries across the globe.
Made possible by our more than 130,000 dedicated team members.
Who all do it for one reason. You! That's why your safety is so important to us. So let's go over some in-flight instructions so that we can get you safely on your way. To buckle your seatbelt, insert the metal end into the buckle and pull the strap to tighten. And remember, seatbelts should be fastened whenever you're seated in case of unexpected turbulence. Now, make sure your seat is upright. All larger electronic devices are put away, carry-ons are placed all the way under the seat in front of you, and your tray table is stowed. Larger carry-on luggage goes in the overhead bin. If you have a handheld device, please switch it to airplane mode now. If your electronic device falls into your seat, please do not adjust your seat and contact a crew member for assistance. U.S. law prohibits smoking, including e-cigarettes, at any time. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying smoke detectors in the lavatories may result in a fine. U.S. law requires all to comply with lighted and posted signs and crew member instructions. Now let's review the safety card in your seat pocket, which explains the safety features of this airplane, including the location and operation of exits and flotation devices. This aircraft is designed with escape paths on this airplane are clearly marked. Take a moment to locate the nearest one. Keep in mind, it may be behind you. All door exits have evacuation slides to use in the unlikely event of an emergency. In a water evacuation, slides may be used as life rafts. You'll find the exact location on your safety card. When directed to exit, jump onto the slide and move away from the airplane. If the cabin loses pressure, oxygen masks will drop automatically. While remaining seated with your seatbelt fastened, pull down on the mask or the red streamer to start the flow of oxygen. Place the mask over your nose and mouth and put the elastic band over your head. Then pull the straps to tighten and breathe normally. Remember to always put your own mask on first before helping others.
Alright, that is 2 good engine starts there, and we are on flaps 15. Flight controls are free and correct. The recall is good. Let's trigger that APU to go off. So APU is going to be cooling down. And I would say we are good for taxi here. Let's go through the before taxi checklist. Left and right generators on, APU selectors off, engine start selectors are norm, pack control switches are auto, isolation valve auto, engine bleeder on, flaps are set, stabilizer trim is set. Once again, flight controls are free and correct. Recall is good. Landing lower display unit is going to be off. No anti-ice on the way out. Taxi light is on. Runway lights are going to be as required. So before taxi checklist complete, and taxi checklist max 20 knots. So taxi checklist complete, and let's taxi all the way to 24 left. We are moving right on time. The Rear Road American Airlines 73 is on the move. So let's get moving here. Alright guys, we are just outside of 24 left here, so we can release the parking brake. As we are turning around to 24 left, we can get all lights on. Taxi light can come off, strobe can come on, and wing light can come on as well, off and on the seatbelt signs. So let's get some power in here. Flight recorder is running. And as we are getting lined up here, we're gonna go clocks on. Once we get centered here. Gonna make this turn a little sharper here. There we go. All right. Alright, so we're gonna go clock on my phone and clock on the aircraft. Clock and clock. Wait, stop. I messed up there. Clock and clock. Alright, let's get some power in here, and we're gonna engage Togo. And Toga.
Airspeed alive.
Airspeed.
knots.
80 knots, check.
V1.
V1.
Rotate.
Rotate.
V2. Pause brake.
Gear up. And we're gonna go autopilot from here, guys, and we're just gonna focus on this departure here.
flagship meal service. During the course of our flight, snacks and beverages will be available. If at any given point you wish to sleep undisturbed, we do ask that you kindly display all fastened seatbelts on the outside of all garments or blankets, so as your crew does do frequent safety checks. And failure to see yourself will result in having to awaken you for compliance. We thank you in advance for your cooperation.
Alright everybody, we have leveled off initially at flight level 300. We should be here for the next few hours or so until it's time to climb up to flight level 320. And we are scheduled to get into Sydney by 7:20 a.m. But that may or may not change depending on conditions throughout the cruise. But for the most part, we are looking good here, and I shall see you all tomorrow by sunrise. So enjoy the flight. And welcome back everybody. It is currently 5:59 a.m. April 15th, and we are approaching We are already in Australian airspace. We are just off the coast, and it is now time for us to start our descent preparation. We need to do one thing first. We have to set our VREF. So it looks like we're going to be 145 at flaps 30. So we can set what's that there? 484.6. Let me check on the top of descent there. Top of descent is coming. Once we get done with this, we're going to start descending. We got a lot of energy to burn off here, so an early descent wouldn't hurt. So we're going to go 484.6 there, which gives us flaps 30 at 140. And we can set that in the speed there. We have the borrow set for 220. There's the reference. The MCP altitude has been reset. Runway heading is set. Most of the descent is going to be done in VNAV path. No anti-ice on the way down. Max auto brakes is going to be set here, and the center pumps are off as there are no more. There's no more fuel there, so all of that stuff is good to go. Lights are going to be as required. We have the ATIS and airport information, the altimeters, the radio navigation is good to go. The MCP altitude has been reset. The approach reference, the localizer frequency, we have all of that stuff set up and ready to go. Our frequency is going to be 110.90 with a course of 155 there. So all of that before TOD task is complete. No anti-ice on the way down. Landing altitude is good. Recall. The recall is good. Barrels are set. Auto brake set. Approach briefing is complete. And now we are going to start our descent to 8,000. So we need to get the seatbelt signs on. It's been a long flight, so seatbelt signs are going to be coming on early. And let's hit altitude push. And down we go.
To prepare for landing, please close your tray table and put away carry-on items. Place your seat in the original upright position. We will now collect any items you wish to discard. Please put away larger electronic devices, including laptop computers.
Flight attendants, please prepare for landing.
For smaller handheld devices in your hand or seat pocket. Devices must remain in airplane mode until after we land. We will be landing soon.
And we are still on the way to 8,000. I did get a little vertical speed in there. I don't want to put the speed brakes out right now. I don't think we need it just yet. Vertical speed is doing just fine. And we are going through the transition now, so we can transfer over to standard local pressure. Altimeters are going to go into HPA, and we can hit B for the local altimeter. So altimeter right now is 1018, and we are still on the way to 8,000. I gave us a shortcut through the star here from Marlin, which is where it starts. we are going to go direct to our final approach fix, which is going to be it's going to be the Tunics. So we're going to be 8,000 for right now, and then at some point we're going to start going 4,000. And then I'm probably going to make that a 3,000 actually. And we should be good there. We are looking good here on the approach. As we're leveling off here, speed brakes can go away. They can now go in an armed position. Speed's going to be coming up there. I got it set to 250 knots. I'm going to be managing my own speed for the most part. Let's actually set that speed here. Give me a second. All right, so I got that speed set there. Although we are controlling the speeds ourselves, I don't want my FMC flagging with unnecessary stuff. And we are right on our approach path. So I think we are looking pretty good here. Let's see, what else can we do here? We've passed through the transition altitude. Cabin is ready. While we are below 10,000, lights can come on. And the 10,000 feet checklist is complete. And as we pass through Marlin, and we should be making a nice turn here, right about here where the Tunics is. So we probably are going to start going 4,000 right now, and we're going to start getting ready for the final approach fix. So yeah, we're going to queue in 4,000 here, and we can go flight level change, and we're just going to keep going down here. Alright guys, we are on the way to 3,000 here, and I'm trying to give us a nice little final here. We are going to be slowing things down. We got about a good 45 nautical miles to go here, so I'm going to use all of this to slow down. Let's just check on our weights and stuff. We're still about 145, so that looks good. We got the localizer on. Let's start our approach checklist. We got the altimeters, localizer frequency, the low courses. Once we start making a turn onto the Tunics, we are going to get the approach mode on, and we are going to start slowing down to 220 knots here. And once we get about 220 knots, we're going to be getting the flaps out, and that'll lead us to the landing checklist. So let's start slowing down here. Alright, so we can slow down all the way to flaps 15 speed. And let's see. I don't know, there's some... Actually, we're going to come up flaps 5. And we're going to stay flaps 5 speed. Once we get a little closer, they're gonna go flaps 15, and then gear's gonna come down, and we're gonna start doing our landing checklist. All right, let's go flaps 15 now. With flaps 15, gear's gonna be coming down. And we can slow down to flaps 15 speed. Flaps 20. Flaps 30. And with flaps 30, let's set 145. Let's arm the approach. Or we're gonna wait until we make this turn here, and then I'll arm the approach. Approach mode on. And we should be getting a lock here on the glide slope shortly. Alright guys, we have localizer, we have glide slope, gear is down, we are set for flaps 30, auto brake is going to be 4, we are 145. Let's get it off and on the seatbelt signs, and let's get a good landing here. Alright, it's business time. I believe I want to take over at minimus, which is going to be 220. Or we might take over a little bit earlier here, but for the most part, I am going to get my hands on everything. Move that mouse out of my way. We got a little wind there. Ooh, we got some starters too here. Yep, we're gonna do an auto land. Whoa, that wind is crazy. What are the winds on the ground?
1,000.
They're up to 10. 1,000. Well, we are getting pushed. So we got a wind coming from the right there. I'm not sure why we're stuttering this bad. Come on.
500.
500 feet.
400. 300. Approaching decision height. Minimums.
Continue.
One hundred. 60, 50.
Flight slow.
30, 20, 10, 9.
And we are down here in Sydney. Let's get turned off. Welcome to Sydney, everybody. Alright guys, we are heading over to the international terminal. Let's see what our gate is going to be for today. Yesterday they went into 59, so we're going to go to gate 59. As we are taxiing over there, we're going to start cleaning up the aircraft.
In safety, please remain seated and keep your seatbelt fastened until the captain turns off the seatbelt sign. Please leave all carry-on items stowed and keep the aisles clear until the seatbelt sign has been turned off. Before leaving, please be sure you have all your belongings. Be careful when opening the overhead bins because baggage may have moved and could fall out. American Airlines and our One World Alliance partners thank you for flying with us today. We hope to see you again soon on another American Airlines flight.
Alright everybody, we are parked up here at gate 59, and that's gonna do it for today's flight. We have, let's see, we got 7 more flights here until we say goodbye to Flight Simulator 2020. We have 2 more domestic routes to do. That's gonna be Chicago to Phoenix and Chicago to JFK. The Phoenix flight, I would really like to use the A321, but I'm having some issues with the A321, so that might get subbed in for another aircraft, or we might use the fly-by-wire A320. Who knows? But in terms of the next international route, we are going to be Air India 126, and we are going to be Chicago to Delhi. Using the 777 again. So I will see you guys on the next one, and take care.